me show you what happened a few days ago. Somehow the seal got caught somewhere under there, and of course this totally split the plastic. So the only solution is going to be to install the new one. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to start removing some of the screws that hold this console in place. You have one down here, and there's usually another one down here. That one is missing, and the same thing for the other side. And in some cases there is one behind this bulkhead that secures the console. There's a bracket back here, and the only way to get to this one, if memory serves, is you have to go through the glove box in order to reach back there. And let me tell you, it is a nightmare to get that one off. So after I did that years ago, I never replaced it. But this is firmly in place, so there's nothing to worry about. But anyway, let me get a Phillips screwdriver and start removing some things, and we will take it from there. Hey guys, so today in the mail I received the seal for the console, for the parking brake console. I think I ordered from RPI or something like that. I'll put the information in the description below. It's labeled as Corvette America, so I'm sure they're just one of the dealers. But anyway, it looks fine. It already has a little cut here for the so you can feed it around the brake handle. So to remove the console, what you want to do is lift from the rear and pull it back. You will notice here that this little piece is going to stay in place, and once you get to this point, of course you're going to run into the issue of the window switches. So I'm going to need both hands to so you can lift the console like this, and back here you want to unplug those switches. So I'm going to do that next. Of course there's no room for me to film that, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Well, my simple project just got a little more involved. Yep. This car hates me. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I want to do this right, and there's no need to rush or break things. So here's what I'm going to do next. I already removed the shifter plate, so that is out of the way, and I found the problem, and I'll get to that in a second. Let's just say it involves some sound deadening material. So I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to remove the shifter console, the whole thing. And if you have done this before, you know that this is no simple task. But what I'm going to do is get my hands in there and take the whole thing out. This plate here has two studs that allow this to kind of slide in and be secure in place, so you don't have any huge gaps or anything like that. So those two little nuts are really a nightmare to get out. So, and I'm trying to again work one-handed here. It's not the best approach probably, but I wanted to show you in real time what my solution was. I mean, I don't know if it's a solution, but it certainly makes my life a lot easier. Almost there. Okay. I went to Ace a while back. I bought these wing nuts, and that is my solution. It is not perfect, but instead of trying to get any kind of big tools or anything like that under here, let me tell you, it makes my life a lot easier. So anyway, let me loosen that one, remove these little panels from the side, and we'll take this bad boy out of here, and I'll show you what my what the fix is going to be for this for the new slider to properly go in there. So you can see this thing is just, it's getting caught. So back in a second. Okay, so it is out, and let me show you what happened here. I've removed some of it already, but my attempt to quiet down my car as much as possible, I had added too much of this sound deadening material. It's not that thick, but it is thick enough to start interfering. And once this thing got somehow caught here, it just started rubbing against the slider. And what kind of made me think about that is over here, at first I thought it was just scratches, but it turns out to be some of that goo that they use for the for this material here. And of course, most of the time I'm not using the parking brake, so somehow this, roughly around here in this position, got caught into all this mess, and basically it kind of welded itself in place. So by the time that I went to pull this handle back, in one of those rare occasions when I'm using the parking brake, it just didn't slide, or it moved just a little bit and then it just kind of split. But anyway, little projects become larger projects just because if you want to do it right, you have to do some of these things. And these are the studs that I was talking about at the bottom here of the instrument cluster. So again, if you want to make your life a little easier, go to Ace, and or any hardware store really will have these, and they kind of make my life a lot easier. So anyway, the fun continues. Okay, so these are the brackets I was talking about. They just have surface rust, so I'm gonna give them a little cleaning and a little paint maybe, and I don't know how long that's gonna take, but hopefully they'll look better. Oh my goodness, what a lucky accident. Look at that. Yeah, it was only that easy, huh? A little side note here. I was trying to clean this little piece. It's got a lot of surface corrosion, as you can see, but there's only so much that I can do. So what I decided, I'm going to use this aluminum tape, has this adhesive in the back, so I'm going to cut it to size and use it to give it a smoother, better looking finish. Not that it really matters a lot, but why not, right? Check it out. Pretty nice, huh? So, gosh, these gloves are gigantic. It's the only thing they had when I got some at Harbor Freight a while back with the pandemic and all. But anyway, so now I have to, I'm gonna give these a coat of paint just to make them look a little better. Alrighty, just give them a quick sanding. I'm not gonna waste too much time because these things, once they're installed, you can't see them. But I'm gonna give them both a couple layers of layers. What the heck am I talking about? I can say stupid things if I want to. Anyway, I'm gonna give them a couple of coats. That's better. Of paint, and I should be fine. I think I'm gonna go with a cast finish. I don't think I want them black, just to be different. My car, my rules. So anyway, that's that. Okay, so everything is painted, looking good. And I'm getting ready to install it back in the car, and we'll see how it looks. Okie dokie. Check it out. Looks a lot better, doesn't it? A little cleaner. Nothing to impede the movement of the seal. I just wanted to use the word impede. So anyway, that is done. So now all I got to do is reinstall the shifter console, get all of that buttoned up, and finish off the parking brake console, which should be fine. So let's do that next. Okay, so just to revisit this part here, I am thinking, and I don't know if this is going to work or not, that I can get the wing nuts started here and give plenty of room on the stud, because these slots here where the stud fits may, although I'm looking at this now, I don't know if that's going to be enough room for them. My plan was to maybe get him to slide in there. I don't know if that's gonna work. I guess I could modify him, get out the Dremel and cut a couple of notches here. Nah, we're not gonna do that. I'm still gonna try to thread the wing nuts, maybe about 1 or 2 threads, just to get them started, see if this will go over it, and that would make things a lot easier, especially for this SOB here in the corner. So anyway, let's try that, and I'll be back in a few. So just to show you what I did is I just barely threaded maybe 1 or 2 threads into the stud, and now I'm going to try to slide this thing in place. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll find out. Okay, so FYI, it does fit. It worked. So whether you're using the regular nuts that came with it, or you switch over to wing nuts like I did, it'll slide over them, and so that's good to know. Okay, so I have the slider here over the handle, and it works freely, so that's good. This little thing here is very important. You don't want to leave it out because you'll come to regret it if you do. It has some little clips here, and it basically clips onto the console here. It's pretty obvious how it goes. Next, I can't forget these power window connections. Next, what you want to do is take the slider, or the seal rather, and you put it between the channels here of the slider in the console, and you carefully just push it in. Now, remember I said I have the power windows. Well, I want to, of course, connect those. So what we're going to do is get the handle all the way down, out of the way, lift this, and plug these things. If I can figure out how they, I mean, they only go in one way, but anyway, since I can't see very well here, there it is, I think. Yep, yeah, that's one, and this is the next one. Okay. Yeah, they have I think only 3 prongs, but you want to make sure that they are all the way plugged in all the way, you know. Whew. One thing I wanted to mention also, you got to be careful, because remember we have this split here. Well, you can't see it, but you know what I'm talking about. This seal has a split, so you can actually get it to go over the handle. Well, you want to make sure also that the split fits into the channel here. So let's try this again. There it is, and there it goes. And then this portion, of course, let's see if I can adjust the camera, fits right here. Right here. And it's working without breaking things. So that is that. Now I have to install the screws here, and that's it. Okay, so we're almost done here. I wanted to show you, sometimes, you know, if you worked on cars before, you've been there. And this is kind of hard to show because I have the seat here and the kind of blocking things, and I need two hands to show this. But anyway, let's try to do this anyway. You just can't find the align the hole properly. So what I've been using for years, I made this, you can use an awl I guess, but I made my own kind of long probing tool, and it's not ultra sharp or anything because for safety reasons. But anyway, and this thing is actually has been so handy over the years. It allows you to find where the hole is. So if you're at an angle, like in this case, right, you know where to point the screw. So anyway, I thought I mentioned that in case you want to kind of make your own little tool. And so this, once I tighten that screw, we're done here. I tested the windows and they work, which is awesome. And everything is back together properly, and no more cracks here. And this thing works just fine. So anyway, back in a second. Okie dokie. So everything is back together. Actually, it took me a couple of hours. And listen, I know that these videos sometimes get a little bit too long, and the reason sometimes when I can is I like to go over little details on how to install things or whatever. It's because I've been there before, and to the person who is doing this for the first time, it could be like overwhelming, or they might forget something or damage a part, a brand new thing, and that's the only reason why I just like to go into. Sometimes I'll admit it seems like excessive detail, but whenever possible, again, that's the reason why I do those things. Things like, mentioning those wing nuts. Well, yeah, it's silly or whatever, and I'm sure most people have figured that one out. But if they haven't, that may save someone extra work. So that's the only reason why. So anyway, that is it for now. If you're wondering what this is just a controller for the little can't think of things sometimes. I swear to God, I don't know what the heck is going on. But anyway, the subwoofer. So that is it for now, guys. I hope this is you found this video helpful, and everything is working fine. Look at that. So we're back to normal. All right, my friends, thanks again for watching. I hope you like the video. Give it a like. Apparently that helps with YouTube and the internet and all that good stuff. So alrighty, we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and take care. Bye.